Good afternoon. Welcome to the tea table. I'm so happy you've joined me today. And we're in the beautiful end now of March. We're at the coming toward the end, but we're still in the glorious, beautiful month of March. And we're in spring. Now, if you haven't gotten your tea yet, please pause and get your tea, and I will be waiting for you. I'm going to show you a very simple, sweet little tea set today. It's a tea for one, a little creamer, and what do we have? Whoops, a little tea bell. Isn't that sweet? And I put flowers on the tea tray. Now, you could put real flowers. These are faux because that way they're not going to get into the tea. But I just love flowers, and this is a special bouquet from a special friend, dear friend that's on the tea table, Melanie, and she gave me these for my birthday. Yes, I had a birthday. And these are the hyacinths, and they smell so good. I have put them in this silver on my, this is a little tea table I have in front of my settee. And they are filling the house with the aroma of spring. And have you noticed all the birds are singing when the sun comes out? It is fascinating. I had never fully realized that the birds sing when the sun comes out. And they certainly do. And I'm going to just move this cushion. There, that's better. We have to get comfortable to have our tea talk, right? I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you are comfortable. Well, yes, I had a wonderful birthday, and it started early. Dear friend took me out for lunch and gave me this fabulous necklace. You wouldn't be able to see it, but it says in French, tea time, cream tea, and it's got a little cup. Anyway, it's antique gold. I can't get closer to you right now. Wasn't that a delight? And we had a little piece of lemon cake with the candles. So nice. The next day, now this is interesting. Remember last tea talk was blossom time, and I talked about the wonderful china that I only have one cup and saucer. Well, my dear friend Patricia had not watched the tea talk, but she was sending me a happy spring message. In it was a picture of her little antique shop, and there was a blossom time cup. You couldn't make it up. They are so rare, they're hard to find. I thought, oh my goodness. Lo and behold, this is really amazing. She said that she had that cup for a long time and had been saving it for me. And so she gave that to me for my birthday. So now I have one more blossom time cup. And then I taught my class, and they sang, like only the beautiful Kenyans can do, sang happy birthday to me. It was wonderful. And then on my actual day, my sons, 3 of them, hosted a party at my son's cabin he just built. And it was just wonderful, so relaxing. I did not have to do a thing. There were so many wonderful girls there helping and doing it all, and they served teriyaki chicken and brie. That was most amazing brie with the French bread, and then they had flank steak and German potato salad, purple cabbage potatoes, cabbage sauce, coleslaw, just wonderful. So it was a spectacular day, and it was pouring down rain. But in the cabin, my brother came, my beloved brother Jamie and his wife, and my nephew James and other friends. And he's going to Kenya in 2 weeks. He goes and helps and teaches pastors in Nairobi. So somehow, my brother and I both, we never had known anything about Africa. We've become very involved in teaching and working with the Kenyans. It's just fascinating. Well, I'm wearing a fascinator. This is called a fascinator hat. This hat has a story, a little bit sad, but I decided I'm going to wear it today. This hat was for a very special wedding, and then COVID hit, and the wedding had to be, well, the marriage, they had the marriage in California, but they were only allowed to have 2 people. It was all of the rules. And my son had to get a marriage license from Arizona because the place in California was closed. However, it went ahead, but there was no big grand wedding, and this hat was for that. And I will wear it to more weddings, I know, in the future. But it's kind of a dusty pink, and I just am in love with pink when spring comes. And I have a special purse that goes with it perfectly. And it is pink pattern and black pattern. And I have had this purse for many years. I like to carry this purse on Easter Sunday, especially if I'm wearing something with the pink family. Isn't it fun? It's a blushy baby pink, and this is this has the same tonality and this necklace. There are so many pinks. Somehow the little French one works out. Then my daughter sent me, and her family, her husband and kids, sent me the most beautiful shawl. It's a Celtic shawl, and I'm going to wear it on the tea table. But we've had so much Celtic, I thought I'm going to have a little pause. But then they sent me this fascinating bracelet, and my son-in-law said it is Nordic, Celtic, and with the Trinity in the middle. And actually, when I looked at it, my initials are on it because you know how the Celtic design, it means eternity, and there's 2 S's in the middle. So I've been wearing that every day. All in all, and I went to church on my birthday. It was Sunday. And Father Joe at the little Anglican church in Olympia gave me a beautiful birthday blessing. Yes, so I tell you, this has been one of the very best birthdays I ever remember. It has been so special. And so I thought, let's just talk about birthday tea parties. Now, many times little children, when they get to be 4 or 5, it's time for tea parties, and a birthday tea party is so nice for them. Speaking of children, I have to tell you my grandest, most tremendous birthday gift of all. Born the first day of spring, my little grandchild named Daisy May, down in California. Yes, beautiful baby, mother and baby doing well. So grateful to God. Born the first day of spring. Oh, new life, that's what spring is. It's new life. It's Easter is resurrection life. Yes, from winter to spring. So encouraging to all of us. And when the sun comes out, whoa, and for you who do not live in Western Washington, When the sun comes out, it is divine, and everyone is just so grateful. We have our cozy rain that makes us green, but when the sun arrives, thank you, God, for the sun. Yes. Well, we're listening to the Bach St. Matthew's Passion, perhaps the greatest work of music, many people say. Leonard Bernstein, the great conductor of the last century, he said that it's the greatest work ever composed. And he has a lecture online that you can look up, and he explains the full St. Matthew's Passion. Well, my first introduction to St. Matthew's Passion, written by Johann Sebastian Bach, and his birthday was also the first day of spring, the day my grandchild was born. So we want to honor Johann Sebastian Bach also today. The first time I ever really experienced the St. Matthew's Passion in person was my early years of college. I had a wonderful voice teacher in Tacoma named Johann Sebastian. Now, many of you would know the name Sebastian. Ed Sebastian was the conductor of the Tacoma Symphony, I think, for like 50 years. And he was the violin professor, leader of all the music, and conductor at University of Puget Sound. And Ed Sebastian and Jan were a dynamic duo. They were both trained at Juilliard and came fresh from college to, I believe, Tacoma in the late 50s and served there through the 90s. Well, I got to have Jan as my voice teacher. She was so wonderful. And she invited me to the St. Matthew's Passion that she actually was singing in, and Ed Sebastian was conducting. And the place they presented it was down at the Tacoma Theater, the old Tacoma Theater. And I don't know that that exists anymore, but it was a huge venue and packed to the gills. She sang so beautifully. She helped me so much in my voice training. She was a real example to me, wonderful person, and he was amazing. He had a violin, believe it or not, that Fritz Kreisler had given him when he was a little boy, because he was a protege from the East Coast, and he was really what they call Wunderkinder in German, the wonder kid, the wonder boy. He was very, very gifted violinist. And I remember running into Ed Sebastian once at the Pantages Theater. My son Samuel was with me. I don't know who else. And I said, well, I want to introduce you to my son Samuel. He's a violinist. And Sam was, I think, about 14. And the first question he asked Sam was, how much do you practice? He was a very strong, he was Armenian and had a big build, big voice, big personality, and a tremendous asset to the city of Tacoma and the music there. He's passed now, and I don't know, Jan could still be alive, I don't know, but she made my voice lesson so fun, and she taught me tremendous, she gave me all the Italian arias, and she taught me pronunciation in Italian, which was very important. And then I took an Italian diction class at the University of Washington later. These people in our life that give us so much, I like to recognize them. And that's what the tea table is about, recognizing and honoring the wonderful people that God puts in our life. You know, we don't necessarily design our own lives. We are given parents, a country, a location we didn't choose. a time of birth, a time in history. Well, then it's our job to take that and do the best we can with it. Now this is my little teapot, and I chose it because I thought it looked like my scarf. And it is tea for one. It's one of these little tea for ones. Let's pour out. I love my tea for one. I had tea this morning in my other tea for one that I use every day almost when I have tea. It makes it so easy when you're alone. It keeps it all together. We're drinking King Charles tea again today. It's so nice for this beautiful, bright, but very cold weather. Isn't that another beautiful pink? This is all kind of the same pink. This, the hat, the purse, and I have another little piece of pink down here that goes in the ensemble and is very nice. But I just love this little French piece of jewelry that says tea time, and it has 2 crowns on it. You know, I thought this is so interesting. I was given things that really I love, and people would think, well, she has so many, she doesn't need any more. But the teacup was so special. Oh, and then my one more. This is really special, I have to tell you. My friend Jamie came on Sunday. She's a friend of the tea table. She brought me a cup and saucer of what I had talked about that I only have one of. That is White Cliffs of Dover. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to do a special tea talk with the White Cliffs of Dover theme because I was paused. I thought the White Cliffs of Dover are so important throughout all of history. They are like England's Statue of Liberty. What our Statue of Liberty means to us when people come into the harbor, or when people cross the channel, and they would see the White Cliffs of Dover. Hope, we're almost there. And I don't want to spoil my tea talk because I'm going to talk about all the people through all the years who fled tyranny and oppression and found help and freedom and solace in England. And that's why the White Cliffs of Dover are so precious. Yes, they're precious. And they mean so much. There have been songs written about the White Cliffs of Dover. Every war, going back to William the Conqueror, if they could get to Dover, they were there. Well, have you been having a good week? I have something that sits here on a gold music stand. I can't show you fully. My daughter, Victoria, did this years ago, and I see this every day, and I thought this is so perfect for this spring tea talk. For with God, nothing is impossible. And she did that calligraphy. She was about 13, and you know, I don't know that she did much after that, but I think it's got really, she had gold and special paint on there. This was, I believe, the reason she did this was for my beloved father, who, this was his favorite verse. He used to say that. For with God, nothing is impossible. It's a verse of hope. It's a verse of faith. And when he passed, I believe that's when, I have to ask her, I think that's when she did that. This has been sitting in my entryway forever, and I thought I will share this with my beautiful tea people, because you are all so deep, thoughtful, appreciative. We are kindred hearts. Yes, we are. And you are all so very, very important to God and to the world that we live in. And so I just want to encourage all of you today, whatever you can do to be a blessing to someone. If someone has a birthday and you are invited, go. If you're not invited to a party, give them a greeting, send them a card, give them a flower. Oh, I just loved getting these fresh flowers. I have another bouquet that I'm going to use next week that my brother Jamie brought me, that is a bouquet that will last, and his wife Nancy, and I love that bouquet. I love getting fresh flowers. It's so wonderful. Yes, and especially with spring. Oh my. Oh, these smell so wonderful. Hyacinths. Yes. I think these are my first memory of a flower when I was a little girl. I feel like I remember a robin and the purple hyacinths. They were in our yard. Then we also had hollyhocks later and roses. And those childhood impressions are so important. So important for children to be in nature, if at all possible, as much as possible. Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me. If you have an opportunity and you can hear a Bach concert, they often do them this Easter season. Definitely take it in. And if you can't find a St. Matthew's, you can listen to it online and get the words, because the words are so beautiful. The arias are so, one of them that I love, it's generally done in German because it was, of course, written in German. Bach was a German musician, and actually he was like a theologian. He used the Bible as his theme for this, of course. It's the story of Christ as told by St. Matthew. There's one aria in there, and in German it says, gehabegenigt, and it says, you are enough. I have enough. It's a prayer. God, Jesus, you are enough. And I just love that. It says everything. So don't miss out on taking, the other passion is the St. John's Passion. That's absolutely beautiful too. That's also written by Bach, and it's taken from a little bit different. It's the story of the Passion of the Christ from the book of John. But it's reflective, it's beautifully presented, and we have the privilege now with online and YouTube to watch these. And you can print out the words, so you could be like, basically you're at the concert. Isn't that great? Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and enjoy this beautiful spring. And next time we will be in April. Wow, it's gone so fast, hasn't it? But make sure you share your tea with others, because that's where the joy is. Even if you live in a little place, you could have one friend in and share a cup of tea. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous week. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, push the notification bell, and the like button if you liked it, and share. And oh, I have to say one thing as a disclaimer. I know that several of you have sent me birthday cards, and I am so sorry to tell you, my mail got messed up for 2 weeks. I still haven't had any mail here for 2 weeks. one of my sons moved and he had been getting his mail here, and now he was going to get it. And by mistake at the post office, the young man was new. And instead of pushing individual, he pushed family. So all our mail went to him. So now it's been straightened out. However, they said it'll take a week or two before you will receive mail. So for any of you who sent me a card, I want you to know I haven't gotten it yet, but it's going to make my birthday last longer. So I'm going to be positive about this. We have to take the lemon and make it into lemonade. Amen? Okay, thanks so much. And I will look forward to seeing you next time.